Hi Libra. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well, swell, positively fantastic. I'm doing pretty alright. A bit of a hangover. That's fine. We'll survive. I don't drink often. It feels like every time I drink, I end up remembering why I don't really drink. And yet I end up doing it again at some point anyways. That's fine. To be fair though, sake does taste really good. I definitely don't enjoy it as much as coffee, but every once in a while you want something different. Oh, you got that same card in the same spot as Gemini did. Okay. Let's jump into your reading. How are we starting off the week, Libra? Okay. Huh. This is like a taking stock. It kind of gives the feeling of you thought you had everything that you needed. You took stock of your inventory and realized to use an example, like a doomsday prepper. Say doomsday actually happens and they were right, and they were right to prep. They get in their bunker, they start taking stock of their inventory thinking, I have enough to last me, I don't know, 3-4 years. Turns out you only have enough for a few months. It's not all bad though. Though you kind of feel like that, I see you moving on sort of okay, well, I thought I had enough for a few years, but it's only a few months, so I'll just have to ration a little bit better. Okay. So, don't worry too much. Your situation's improving, Libra. That said, okay, so it feels like you're moving on because you're kind of being forced to move on, but you don't really want to. So there is movement, there is progress. It's just your heart's not really in it. It feels like even though it feels like walking backwards, or no. Yeah, walking backwards. So, okay. There's the destination, and there's where you've already been. It feels like you're walking towards where you need to be backwards, so that way you can look at where you've been. It's sort of like you're kind of hoping the past is going to run forward and catch back up to you. Which, I don't know, it also kind of feels like it sort of feels like you don't even have to really walk right now. It's like someone has come on a horse to pick you up and has said, hey, let's go into the future together. Quickly, boldly we go. And you're just like, hold up, I'm gonna, instead of jumping on the horse and getting there quicker, I'm gonna walk backwards slowly so I can hopefully let this catch back up with me. You know, I don't want to move on just yet. I know I need to move on, but I don't really want to move on yet. Okay. What's going on upstairs? Back of our mind. Okay. Um, your mind's kind of all over the place right now, because so you sort of being stuck on the past is at the forefront of your mind, and yet at the back of your mind, it's sort of like you being stuck in the past is sandwiched between physically seeing where you need to be, mentally seeing where you need to be. It's sort of like it's there just like a barrier stopping the two from coming together. But that is in you mentally, the need to move on, to like actually walk forward into the future. It's just you have some things kind of getting in the way right now. But I do see that at the very least there is a part of you that is ready to move on. Which I'm glad. Okie dokie artichoke. What about our past? Two queens and a king. How about that? Okay. It kind of gives the feeling of bribery. Not completely bribery, not necessarily. It's just kind of the word I'm using because I can't think of a better way to describe it right now. But it sort of feels like it sort of feels like trying to obtain something that can't be bought with money. It's like trying to get something priceless with money. You can't buy it. You could maybe barter for it or make it yourself or whatever the case, but kind of the wrong approach here. Okay. I hope that makes more sense for you than it does for me. I feel like that's usually the case. Not a Libra. I've got a Libra in my chart, but I'd be a Virgo, so I guess it really doesn't have to make sense to me. Alright, first half of the week. Okay. First half of the week, I see you kind of gotten a lot more comfortable with silence. I'd rather take the time to really think this through before I say anything. There's just one card that's throwing me off there. It's sort of you jumping head first into something completely new. Like, not considering any of the negatives whatsoever. just, this is new to me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not concerned with that right now. I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. I don't really see it as reckless. It's more kind of like a careful recklessness. Yeah, I guess it's like if you were a city slicker your entire life and then you decided, you know what? I want to go camping in the Everglades by myself for a month. You don't just go out there willy-nilly with no supplies. It kind of feels like you're preparing everything ahead of time, gaining all of the knowledge necessary. So it is completely new to you. It's just you're making sure you're prepared. I have a headache. All right, second half of the week. Okay. Okay. Second half of the week, it's so first half of the week and second half of the week are related here. Whatever this new thing is, potentially for most of you, I'm getting the feeling that it's romantic in nature. For those of you that it's not, it's more so just a self-love kind of thing, I guess. But it kind of feels like you're trying to convince yourself that this is actually what you want, when in reality, it sort of feels like at the back of your mind, you know that you really don't. Okay. I'm not gonna keep looking too much into that. I just feel the need to stop there with that. That's what I'll do. Alright. Internal influences. What's pushing you forward? Okay. It's just a desire to move on. I think it's been very obvious to you that you have had hiccups, no, that you've been kind of feeling less than stellar, broken, defeated, just generally unhappy, and you want to move on from that. Obviously, anybody would want to move on from that. I kind of get the feeling that you're doing or are willing to do anything and everything. You're willing to try anything and everything to move on and kind of reclaim your happiness, essentially. Okay. External influences. Okay. Well, at the very least, it looks like your outer world is looking a lot better than your inner one. It, okay. It kind of feels like there's something, an opportunity here, again, being presented where it's interesting because you've shown me that you're kind of grabbing onto an opportunity that you're convincing yourself that you want, or like throwing yourself into an opportunity that you're convincing yourself that you want, but you really don't. And yet, externally, here's a situation that it's like you're convincing yourself that you don't want it, but in reality, you do. Or it's like you're telling yourself that this wouldn't make you happy, but in reality, it really would. So, if for one reason or another, it's kind of it's like you're choosing a worse situation. Alright. Hopes or fears? We have hope. A lot of people have hope this week, which is good. Okay. Sort of. It's sort of the feeling, kind of what I'm feeling is you're not so much. It's like you don't want the whole world. You'd be happy with literally whatever you'd get at this point. Like, that's the feeling I'm getting. It sort of feels like you're hopeful that just something, anything, to sort of help with this situation. I kind of get the feeling that you're, like, throughout the entire reading, I kind of get the feeling that you're looking for your happiness in all the wrong places. It's like you're looking for happiness outside of yourself. You should look inwardly. Outcome. Okay. It's gonna take time. It's I wish I could tell you that the healing process is going to be expedited. I don't really see it that way. I do see you sort of making the decision to move on at some point here. Once you do, don't expect things to just get better immediately. Like, okay, I'm over this now. Time to get better. No, sort of, okay, I'm over this. It's time to move on. you make that decision, and now, okay, let me take some time to actually heal. So again, it's a very slow process here, but it is happening bit by bit. Mindful message. So it sort of feels like everything that you're doing this week is you kind of trying a bunch of different things, seeing what sticks and what doesn't. Kind of really getting in touch with yourself, what makes you happy, what keeps you going, that sort of stuff. Okay. I hope this made more sense to you than it did to me. Commitment. That's that font is hard to read. I'm committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they've vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. Alright, Libra. That was your reading for the 18th through the 24th. If it didn't resonate, no worries. It's not part of your story. If it did, I hope it helps you with the week ahead. Take time, be patient, go slow. We're in no rush. All the time in the world. That's all for this week. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Peace be with you. Until next time.